Adam Peterson here with SDE. We're at the Ohio Kindergarten Conference right now, working with some amazing educators and presenters, and I'm in the presentation room where Miss Mary Amoson from Sharing Kindergarten is presenting, and excited to see what she can do with these math packs. So we're going to dive in and see what they're all about.
Awesome. Well, Adam and everybody else, we are going to do a math activity session, and I don't want to do a math activity session without actually doing math activities. Right. So it's a lot of fun to do them, and it's better for attendees to see what we're doing and play with us. So one of the activities we have is just a hundreds board, not any big deal. I have these laminated and ready to go, and I give them a Kleenex and a marker, and we play a hundreds game. So do you want to play it real quick?
They're not wiping off on their shirt.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure they will.
All right, let's play.
Okay. So what happens is I'm going to have a number in my head, and then you're going to have to ask me a yes or no question about the number to see if you can figure out which number is in my head.
It can only be yes or no. It's like guess who.
Yes. And it makes the child think about questions instead of just telling things.
I like that. Mm-hmm. And also number comparison and order.
Well, all your number sense components, yeah.
All right, is your number less than 50?
Great question. So I have to answer, and when I answer, I'm going to make sure my response shows what I'm doing on the board, which is why we need the board. So is my number less than 50? No, my number is not less than 50. My number is more than 50.
What a great way to get the communication going with it too.
Right.
Terminology.
And then I mark off on my board what it can't be.
So you have two kids playing this together?
Well, I actually do it whole group,
okay.
But it's better to play it this way because that way somebody can practice being the teacher and the student.
Right.
But after you show your kids how to do it, they can absolutely do this.
All right, does your number have a 5 in it?
Oh, that's so good. Okay. I would say yes, my number does have a 5 in it. So now I have to make sure that if it starts with a 5 or ends with a 5.
All right, so I'm going to ask that. Does your number start with a 5?
No, my number does not start with a 5. And I always reiterate, it does not have 5 tens in it. Because start with, for a lot of kids, could be the tens or the ones, depending on which way they're thinking about it. So I'm sure you already worked it.
There's so much more than just a hundreds chart here.
Absolutely.
With this. Is your number 65?
Ding, 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 ding.
That is so cool.
Yeah, super simple. It doesn't take a lot. And of course, there's hundreds of other games you can probably play with that. But that's just a super simple one.
But it's right there, too. And so you, like these, I know you bring these for teachers, but this would be something you'd have in a classroom.
Absolutely.
Ready to go and just...
You could absolutely do it. A lot of people might do this, like they might have like a little like pencil box full of things, like a math toolkit. You can do it however you want. A lot of teachers would probably have it empty and then fill it up with activities as they teach it to give them tools.
That's a cool idea for that game. All right, so what else is in here? I know you got to start pretty soon, but what else is in the kit?
So this is just a super making 10s and making 20 set. So this is just one of the mats. And then what I did is I went ahead and had pieces ready. And the great thing is when you come to my session, I give you this download. Awesome. So it's not like I'm saying you can never use it. Hundreds charts are pretty generic, but if you wanted these, I absolutely give it to you. So what I actually have, they kind of look like fractions, but they're actually number pieces.
Oh, cool.
So they can see different ways to make 10. But the really good thing is they visually are going to lay it on their mat so they can make different number combinations. And they have all the pieces here. So it's a big visual, and that's what our kids need, is a lot of visuals so they can make them. So that's a really fun number mat that we're going to be using. Other games we have is I have these geonets that we're going to use to talk about solid shapes. And what we're actually going to do is I'm going to give you that solid shape, and I'm going to take this solid shape, and we're going to build it, okay?
All right.
We can talk about which components are in your shape. So what do you have to make up your solid shape?
Triangles.
Triangles. How many triangles do you have?
4 flat triangles.
All right. How many vertices or points do you have?
5.
4.
No, 1.
Yeah, no, it's totally hard.
I was thinking pyramid shapes.
Yeah, I totally get it. So what you're going to do is you're going to have one and I'm going to have another, and we're going to compare our shapes because analyze and compare. So I'm going to say I have one vertice and you have a vertice. I have a circle base. You do not have a circle base. But if you can see when I lay my shape out, I almost have a triangle. So we can talk about those elements as well. So this is another thing, and these are called Dive into Shapes. And I got these little kits. Let me pull them out. And what you're going to get to do with me is we are going to get to build flat and solid shapes using our little pieces. So I'm going to build the flat shape. And what we're doing right now is we're just building them, and then once we build them, we're going to take a moment to again compare them.
The cool part about these though is the number of little circles on the sphere.
Yeah.
Really makes the kids think about
exactly
where they need to place it.
And then once we make the flat shape, we can work together to create the solid.
That is really cool.
Yeah. So this is just another, and I'm not going to piece this together, but you can see how we took the circle and we use that as our base to make the cylinder.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so we have that, and then the one other activity we're going to do today is we're going to use these little Sweet Tart hearts, the little Valentine candies that we get, and then I made all the people coming, my participants, these little sheets. This is a freebie activity that I have on my blog. And so we're going to actually take these little candies and we're going to let them sort them. Here's my little sorting. Make a graph with them, and then they can pick if they want to compare or they want to add.
That's awesome.
Just using
and with
candy
too. What can
for Valentine's Day.
Very cool. Thank you, Mary. So if you're not here, get yourself to an SDE conference, SDE.com. You can see Mary, other presenters doing hands-on things like this. That's what we love about these types of conferences is the hands-on learning and the fun that goes into it and the work that these people put in. Check out sharingkindergarten.com. I keep saying that wrong.
Say however you like to.
Sharingkindergarten.com. We'll put that right here for you as well to get the freebie. They can find those?
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
And thank you.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great day.